What is up, Posse? My name is Will Bromlick, and welcome to another episode of The Spoiler Room. So here I'm going to talk into more detail about Thor Ragnarok. And thankfully, I am not going to be doing this alone. I have my good friends, Captain Flick.
Do you really need my help again?
Yes, Captain Flick, I need your help again.
Well, the reason I didn't help up to it before is because you didn't know Blackheart.
I didn't know Blackheart?
Oh hey, that actually reminded me. I actually knew Blackheart one time.
You knew Blackheart.
Yes. As a matter of fact, he was in the rejected ensemble for Twilight.
Okay, well, are you guys ready to help me?
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not?
Whatever.
Ah, jeez, what the heck is the matter with you now?
Do I really have to talk about this movie? I mean, it's just so colorful and fun.
Hey, do you want to help me out? Or do I have to show you Guardians of the Galaxy again?
Okay, fine. But I'm not going to admit I'm going to like it.
Right. Let's begin. So, Thor Ragnarok opens up with Thor. He's all chained up, and he's ended up talking to this guy named Thor, I think?
Oh yeah, I know Surtur as well.
You know this guy too? How do you know all these people?
In the cast of the characters that are too embarrassing to be in any other big movie.
I'll keep that in mind. So anyway, it's a big fight scene. It's a lot of fun. And Thor goes back to Asgard, taking the skull of Surtur. And it turns out that there's a play going on about the death of Loki. If you guys don't know, in the second movie, Thor: The Dark World, which ended up sucking, by the way. Yeah, true. Thor: The Dark World wasn't god awful, thankfully. But anyway, Thor knows that Odin is really Loki, and he's trying to convince everybody that it is Loki. So he throws his hammer and holds Loki up to him, saying, "When that hammer comes, I will catch it, and it'll crush your face," or whatever. And it ended up being Loki.
I just had a funny thought. Wouldn't it be funny if it turned out it wasn't Odin and Thor just accidentally smashed Odin's face?
Yeah, I guess that could be a little bit funny.
Will, that actually kind of reminds me. You kind of want to get out of the way because I'm going to be summoning my joke book to me.
Yeah. Oh!
Okay, maybe I do enjoy being here.
Oh,
So anyway, they wonder where Odin is. Ah, God, that hurts. So they ended up going to New York City, where they ended up coming across Doctor Strange. Nice little cameo there. And he helps lead them to where Odin is, in Norway. And Odin's just been kind of reduced to having, being the guy who gives all the wisdom, the advice, and everything, motivational speech, all that sort of mumble jumble. And he was talking about how Hela was coming, and now she actually is Thor and Loki's sister. Well, Thor's sister, as a matter of fact. Since we all know that from the first Thor movie, Loki was actually adopted. And then he dies, and then Hela comes. Next turn of events. And she actually ended up destroying Thor's hammer and sending him into different dimensions. And they ended up to the Scrapyard planet, which is actually run by Jeff Goldblum, or the Grand Master. And Thor is used as a contender to the champion, who happened to be the Hulk. And while there, he found out that the Hulk landed his ship on that planet, and that he's been there for a good part of 2 years. He's been the Hulk for 2 years, people. He was never Bruce Banner. But he also finds out that another one of the warriors is a Valkyrie from Asgard. Now, the Valkyries were used to protect Asgard. They were the all-female warriors. And there's this beautiful flashback done of Hela killing all the Valkyries. It's all in slow-mo, and it just looks like a beautiful painting. It's almost like that Wonder Woman flashback sort of thing, where the Queen is telling Diana, a young Diana, all about their history. So, let's see. God, that still hurts. So they ended up escaping, Thor, the Valkyrie, and the Hulk, and they need to go back to Asgard because Hela has raised an army of the dead, and her old pet dog Fenrir, I think his name is, and she recruited the name of this one guy. I forgot what his name is. Hold on a second. I'll be looking it up. Scourge, that's it, Scourge, who ended up being the new gatekeeper for Asgard, because Heimdall was deemed as a traitor to Odin. And it turns out Heimdall was in this movie as well, because he actually stole a sword to the Bifrost. And that kind of pisses off Hela a little bit. So, Heimdall has taken all of Asgard, or most of Asgard, and hid them away in a secret passage. So, once Hela finds out where they were, they move away, and Thor also recruits the help of an alien named Korg and some of his friends as well to help lead Asgard to safety, because Asgard is completely in ruins now. And when they get there, it's this big epic battle between Thor's army and Hela's army of the dead. And when Thor confronts Hela, she, out of nowhere, just cuts his eye out. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That's what she does. I don't know. And Thor thinks that without his hammer, he's powerless. But then he gets another flashback to his dad. He's been having a lot of those in this whole movie. And Odin tells Thor, "Are you Thor, the god of hammers?" And then he also tells him that Asgard isn't a place, and that it's the people, and that wherever the people are, it's Asgard. So while Asgard was almost destroyed, which, by the way, brings us to another huge twist, which it turns out that Surtur, the guy from the beginning, and was actually the guy who was trying to prevent Ragnarok from happening, even though it seemed like he was a bad guy at first. So Loki brings him back to life. He annihilates Hela, and Thor, his team, and all of Asgard fly off to safety into the I wouldn't say the Bifrost. I would say more like into space. And Thor finally takes his place on the throne. And that just about does it. There were some of the credit scenes, but I won't really give them away. I think they're good enough for you to go and see for yourself. So, That just about does it. Finally.
Oh, Will, you might not be done just yet.
No, 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 no. Pay no attention to me. I am not Captain Flick. I am just a random passerby who happened to have a mask on, who is also a Yankees fan.
You. I'll get you for that. Come on. Come over here.
Well, I guess I'm wrapping up this show. This does it for another episode of The Spoiler Room. So, until next time, see you later, Posse. You can't see me smile.